Schwantz is down! Kevin Schwantz has just booted himself out of the Australian Grand Prix. That is sensational. And Schwantz must be kicking himself. That was suddenly...
Everybody involved has always been nothing but just as nice as they could be and the most professional people you could ever imagine. You know, when I used to put my helmet on, and I know I've said it in the past, but once I got that helmet strap tight, clipped that strap back to the snap, I felt like I was invincible. You know, and maybe a little bit of my riding style was based to the product that I had on my head, and I knew what great protection it was. You know, it's done nothing but ever give me just tons of confidence. You know, there was a few times we had little issues at Daytona with maybe the shield blowing up when you sit up from behind the windscreen at 180 miles an hour. But everything that we ever had as far as an issue, it was solved almost instantly. And, you know, the product's never been anything but a complete lifesaver for me. Every time Aldo does something, he adds a little bit of something to it. It just makes it better and better. From the initial design and the big yellow star on the back to the stars on the front, which we kind of felt like was a lone star on each side of my chin with some red and blue and white around it. You know, the initial design was amazing, and Aldo just continues to impress me and amaze me with his great design ability. You know, it's one of those things that, looking at it now, I sure hope everybody out there that sees this loves it as much as I do, because I think it's a real work of art. You know, it's my first relationship with Arai was with a gentleman in the United States called Bruce Porter, who used to run racing service for Arai in the United States for, geez, I don't know, 30 years, 40 years, 35 years anyway. And Bruce was interested in me wearing one of their helmets, and I said, well, I got to have a contract. And he said, sure. We were sitting at the hotel in Daytona, and he got a bar napkin out and drew up, here, I'll pay you this much, and put a line on it, and I signed it. He took maybe we did two of them. He took one, I took the other. When I got home, got to the track the next day, I showed my dad. I said, hey, I have a helmet contract. And my dad says, what? On the bar napkin. And you know, that's kind of the relationship with Arai and how it's been ever since. It's a product that I would have worn, I would have almost worn it for nothing. You know, I felt like I had some value to the company, and Mitch and everybody, Hero, seemed to agree with that. So it's never been anything but a great working relationship. From Bruce in racing service when I raced superbikes in the U.S. to Sugi here in the Grand Prix world. Everything done just like it needed to be done. You never showed up at racing service and had to wait for your helmets. Everything was ready when it needed to be ready, and you know, and just done perfectly. I crashed my bike a bunch of times, and I don't remember the face shield ever coming off. I remember a lot of the people who I raced with always had, you know, gravel and stuff in their face and stuff from crashing where the shield came off the helmet. The Arai and the safety system and the shield placement system seems to be pretty bulletproof, because for sure I tested it quite a few times. But like I said earlier, thanks to Mitch and the entire company, everybody all over the world who supports, who's employed by Arai, I consider you all family. And thanks for making such a great product and giving me a great 30th anniversary edition. You know, when you go to the dealership and you buy your new Arai helmet, it's exactly the product that I wear, or I used to wear, right here on the track at the TT in Assen. It's, you know, maybe I put a tinted shield on it, maybe I change a few little things with cheek pads and stuff inside to get it sized exactly right for me. But this exact helmet is what we wear. We don't wear something completely different. If push came to shove, I could go to a dealership and buy an Arai helmet and go out to the Grand Prix track or go out and race and feel just as safe in the product that I get from the shop as I get from Japan. Yeah, I think we touched on it, you know, from the initial stars on the front, the yellow on the back, to, you know, we've slightly tuned it, and you know, 30th anniversary, special edition.